back to another saxocology report, and today we have in our hands CONN alto saxophone number 337. Now this extremely rare, beautiful, wonderful, however you want to describe it, alto saxophone from the late 1800s is part of the Greenleaf collection, and it is a wonderful specimen to talk about in terms of early saxophone design. Earlier horns from the CONN company would go back and forth between split bell keys, left-hand bell keys like you had on your tenors from our previous videos. But this early instrument is one of the later 3-digit numbers that we have in the collection. And it marks kind of a agreed upon design that will stick with the saxophone for at least the next 3,000 instruments. This design with metal rollers and key placements, bell placements, double octave keys solidifies what CONN saw as their saxophone going into the early 1900s. And this is a brass lacquered instrument that just has a beautiful tone and is really remarkable to play and enjoy a conversation with on a day like today. The alto saxophone has always been known as a lead voice in the family because its range is a little bit higher and it sits in between the higher notes of what we would hear as top melodies and lower bass support. But the alto saxophone in particular has a wonderful lower range that's very warm and lends itself to the heart of the instrument being in a different place than one might think. And a saxophone of this early nature allows a player or a researcher to understand where the sound was or where the design was in a way that's different than just playing the same notes on a modern horn today. I think that this kind of an instrument and its historical value adds to the story of the player because it's very unfamiliar in the hands. The way that the keys sit and the way that your hands sit on those keys are in a completely different place than you would expect. So it gives you a different posture when playing. I really enjoy playing older saxophones because they have this character that is unique to their own identity. And when you get this far back in history to a 3-digit saxophone from a company, you're really starting to see their approach take form. As the story goes, there were splits from different manufacturers in the CONN history, but this early in it means that these are pioneers of their own regard and own marking, just for having stood in time the way that they do today. And CG CONN 337 is another wonderful example of just such an instrument. So before I play us out for the day, I just want to remark one more time on how wonderful it is that instruments like these still exist today, because in such a rare form, they're increasingly harder to find, and they're not always in great playable condition. But when the metal is preserved and the sound behind it can be preserved with it, it's a very wonderful experience to share and educate and express to all. So thank you for this one, and I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you have an incredible day. Take care.